I noticed her trembling before anyone else did, sweat rolling down her temples, a July sun burning directly above her, and those thick, pink winter mittens glued to her tiny hands. "I'm cold," she whispered. Her father, my brother-in-law Daniel, just laughed. "She's quirky, always has been." I knew he was lying. His smile strained, his eyes dodging mine. Something under his voice, a tightness, a fear, and when he walked toward the cooler to grab another beer, I followed my instinct, not my conscience. I gently slid one mitten off. Her fingers weren't there, just bandaged stumps. My heartbeat slowed. Not sped up, slowed like my body knew I'd been waiting for this moment. The moment the truth finally screamed. Daniel had slithered into our family after my sister died. He married young, fathered my niece, Nora, and then quietly took control of everything she touched. Her school choices, her finances, her time, her stories, always claiming she was delicate. I used to believe he was just an overprotective single father. I even helped him. Drove Nora to doctor appointments, kept my distance when he said she needed quiet, trusted him because I wanted my sister's choice in a husband to mean something. But every year, Nora grew smaller, quieter, more afraid. And every year, his confidence grew. He believed we were all blind. He believed wrong. 6 months before the barbecue, I noticed a bruise on Nora's wrist, a strange pattern. Thin lines, like someone grabbed her too tightly. When I asked what happened, she said, "I bumped a drawer." The lie was too neat, too rehearsed. Later, I spotted a hospital bill in Daniel's glove compartment when he asked me to grab his insurance papers. It wasn't an accidental injury. It was a thermal burn injury, severe. Nora hadn't bumped a drawer. She'd been hurt. My rage didn't explode. It condensed. Dense, cold, a neutron star forming in my chest. I stopped confronting him with questions. Questions warn weak men. Instead, I watched, listened, waited. Then 2 months later, Nora's teacher called me privately, whispering, afraid. She hides her hands during class, refuses to write, says her dad gets angry when she messes up. That was the moment the betrayal sharpened. Not just his betrayal of my sister's memory, his betrayal of a child who trusted him, and my betrayal, my silence all these years that ended that day. A man like Daniel doesn't fall easily. No, he needs to be dismantled piece by piece. I documented everything. Photos, voice recordings, screenshots of suspicious messages, every bruise, every bandage, every excuse. I reached out to a child psychologist off the record. She taught me what signs to watch for, patterns of abuse hidden inside accidents. Then I did something Daniel never expected. I became charming, agreeable, helpful. I praised his parenting, offered babysitting, bought Nora toys he'd take away, all while slipping a tiny GPS tracker under the seat of his truck, installing a camera inside the teddy bear I gifted Nora, and copying every hospital invoice from his email through the recovery password he foolishly reused. Revenge isn't about fury. It's about geometry, angles, positions, timing. By the time summer arrived, I had a map of his cruelty and a plan to bury him with it. The barbecue was the trigger. The missing fingers were the final confirmation. He hadn't just hurt her. He'd mutilated her. He'd robbed her of parts of herself because she dropped ings too often. His words recorded on the nanny cam bare. I walked calmly to the cooler, stood beside him, his back turned. "You hurt her," I said softly. He froze, beer dripping down his knuckles. I didn't need him to answer. I already pressed upload. Every file, videos, photos, recordings, sent to the police, CPS, our entire family, and his boss. His phone vibrated first, then mine, then the entire patio began buzzing like a swarm of hornets. His sister gasped. His mother dropped a plate. His friend backed away like Daniel was radioactive. He spun toward me, face draining. "What did you do?" "I exposed you." He reached for Nora, but she clung to me, not him. For the first time ever, neighbors recorded. Voices rose. Someone yelled to call the police. But the best part, I didn't need to raise my voice. Not once. Revenge doesn't need volume, it needs precision. Police arrived within minutes. Daniel screamed my name like a threat, like I was the villain for ruining his life. But the officers didn't look at me. They didn't even question me. They already had everything. He was cuffed in the RAS, face pressed into the same lawn where he'd laughed just an hour ago. His last words before they shoved him into the cruiser were, "It was an accident." But Nora's tiny bandaged hand tightened around mine, and that was the only answer that mattered. Nora's healing will take time. Real time. But she sleeps in my home now. No mittens, no fear. Her scars aren't secrets anymore.